Okay, you are looking at my new babies. I got so excited when these first came in, so clearly excited, that I put them down for a couple days because my excitement makes other people spend money. And I just did a ranting video talking about how people take other people's money too lightly, and I gotta pay attention myself sometimes. So I'm doing this video because of that. I rec these. I rec these highly. If you're going to get one of the things that I've been doing videos on, and technical accuracy is something that is important to you, this is the one that I would rec. So get that out of the way quick. How long did that take? Not even 1 minute yet. Put that down. How did I come to this conclusion? As is typical for me, not the goal wasn't these, it was those, the TFC Secret Garden. I was listening to these because you guys said this was the one you really wanted to see. So I thought, I can wait on these. I heard them 4 days ago. They sounded fantastic. I spooged in my fucking shorts. I had to calm down and just put them away. But this came in. You guys want to hear about it. So I'm listening to this. I'm comparing it to a couple other things. 4, actually, today. But I'll get to the other stuff in another video. In the process of listening to these and the other 3, including this one, and I'll get to the other ones, but I don't want to do a long video. This is a recommendation for the BGVP-DM6. I don't want to compare it to the EX1000 because I did a little bit today and I was uncomfortable because the EX1000s are my babies. They always will be. I'm a really loyal person in all manners, in friendships, in everything. Brands, I buy the brands that I like, and I don't buy another brand because I got a weird sense of loyalty about stuff. It sounds stupid, but it's the way it is. I recommend these highly. This is where it happened, okay? Listening to this track. This is a accurate history. The most recent thing is the one that I listened to. I was listening to this track. Let me give you an exact scenario of what took place. There are 3 main parts of the audio spectrum: the bass, the mids, and the treble. And in this particular track, because it was designed for car audio, pretty much at the time it was released, got 87, I think. But people with 12-inch subs in their trunk, not even ported boxes. This is when they were in the trunks, pretty much. This has got a bass hit that exists, starts, peaks, and declines all within the bass frequency. It probably peaks at 55 hertz. It starts in the audible around 20, and it declines probably before 250. It is a classic bass hit. The second thing in the mids is you can listen to this on YouTube. It comes in just maybe 4 times a second. It's a riff. It's a bass guitar riff that sounds almost like a guitar with loose strings, but you would hear the resonating of the strings, and it doesn't. It's a bass guitar. But that goes from the bass all the way across the mids because there are 4 strings on a bass guitar, and it sounds like he's pulling them all. And then you've got not a drum stick, but you've got what sounds like I don't know the name of the instrument. It's got like what's that shit you scrub the sink with? The metal stuff. Brillo pad. It sounds like a stick with Brillo stuff on the end. Shh, that they hit a cymbal with. You listen to the track, you know what I'm talking about. That's up in the high register. That's above 4, 5, 6K. That's around there. That's the treble. And then you've got his voice. So we've got the hit that's classic bass in the bass, only in the bass. We've got a plucking guitar, bass guitar that comes in that, because of the 4 strings, is the entire mid-range is covered by that instrument. And then we've got the Velcro, not the Velcro, the whatever the fuck I just said, on the end of a stick. It's not just a stick. It's like a Brillo pad on the cymbal. So we got all 3. I'm listening to this, and I'm noticing that the sounds a little bit off. It's very fast in its, there is no like harmonic extension. There's just the fundamental very, very. And I thought that sounds a little weird. Let me listen to my EX1000. They're my touchstone. And yeah, they're not supposed to sound like that. There's something up with the mids on this. Subtle, but it's there. I'm listening to this. It's one of the 4 that I'm listening to. Fucking thing sounds perfect. Sounds perfect. So I start listening to this more. Now I eliminate 2 of the ones that I'm listening to, and I just start going between the 2 of these. No more, no more. The piano in the middle. It's like Jerry Lee Lewis banging on the keyboards. The piano in the middle of this with Steven Tyler. No more, no more. Dun, 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 dun. Keyboards are, the piano is easy to catch, but how clear it is reflected in the mids because piano keys go across the entire audio spectrum. Billie Jean, it's got a good bass hit, a lot of micro details. Spirits of the Material World, it's got a bass guitar and it's also got the keyboard. Hun, 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 hun. Baby Blue, Badfinger. If you watch the final episode of Breaking Bad, this is the song you were listening to. 2 of these guys committed suicide because their manager fucked them. It's another story. Horse with No Name. Listen to the guitar. Just mesmerized. The BGVP-DMG, that is a fucking long name. It's got a slightly emphasized bass. It's not bassy like other people say because I come from the bass head branch of the audio tree. It's not bassy to me, but it does have elevated bass. Not that much, but it is elevated. This doesn't sound like it has any elevation. Doesn't sound like it. Sounds like the EX1000 in that way. The mids don't sound like they have anything. Comparing the mids to this and this is when I said, okay, you're going to have to wait a little while. I'll compare you with some other stuff. You can't compare with this. And then wreck it. People are spending money because of what I say. And I'm not thinking too much. People really do that. People listen and then they buy. That's a heavy responsibility for me because money is, you work for it. People have jobs, they work, and they spend money. And I just did a video and I told you how I got fucked because I didn't listen carefully to what people were saying, and I went out and I didn't know what kind of music they were listening to, and I didn't check, and I spent money. So I'm showing you what I was listening to, and I'm telling you that these are exceptional and that these are not on the same level, and most of what you've seen on my channel recently is also not on the same level. If you bought the BGVPs, the DMGs, you did really good. Enjoy them. No reason to get this. If you didn't get that and you're waiting for something, I'll tell you that these are a threat to my EX1000s, and I'm not going to do a video comparing the 2 unless people who own the EX1000 want to know. I'm not just going to do it for the hell of it because people want to see my reference compared to this. That's my reference and that's my baby. I love music, man. I get emotionally attached to stuff rarely, but the EX1000s is one of those. The MI900s is one of those. SC2000s that I showed in the video is one of those. None of the other stuff you've seen on my channel in the past month, 2, is one of those. This is one of those. These are kind of mind-blowing. All that excitement from 4 days ago. I calm myself down. I listen to other stuff. This was not on my radar. This was. And in the process of checking this and comparing it with other stuff, just to kind of get how would I rank these things? But this was the focus as compared to other things because you guys was the most requested was the TFC Secret Garden. The treble is slightly hot, a little bit, and the mids are a little down. Not like the King LTD. It was harder to catch, and I only got it because I was comparing it to this and something that was in the mids in a Too Short track of all fucking things, Too Short. And I found it because it sounded proper on this like it does on the X1000s, and it didn't sound like that on that. If I hadn't listened to this and I was just listening to the T88, I don't think I would have noted it so clearly as I noted with these. And that, people, is why and how and what we call a reference set, because you're listening to accuracy of the master as it was recorded, with no influence or as little as possible by the transducers, because you want to hear the music. This is influencing what I'm listening to in a manner that made me go get my EX1000s, which was not in the group. Listened to it, found out that this was doing something not correct, and then listened to this, and it was doing it as good as the EX1000s, if not a little bit better, and then started to say, holy fuck, and listen to some stuff. I'm at 10 minutes, so I'm not going to get into a whole fucking story. You guys' money is as important as mine, so I don't want to waste it. If you're into technically accurate stuff, I would recommend this very, very highly. Very highly. If you like stuff with slightly emphasized bass, I got stuff coming in. I got the GTR stuff that you guys are talking about. If you're a bass head, I got other stuff coming in. If you're into technical accuracy, I can recommend these strongly. I can recommend them right now. If you like to listen to stuff and you don't use an EQ because you want to hear the little stuff, these are as good sounding as they look. And to me, they look absolutely amazing. So good that I put them to the side. Because you gotta. This is people's money, and my excitement stimulates the spending of other people's money. You guys control yourself. It's not my job. I'm not your mother, but I feel a little bit of pressure. I feel nothing to wreck this, like guilt or anything. Like you're gonna, as long as you know that these are, on their technical merits, maybe the best I've heard, and that's what you want. That's all you need to know. Whatever you like music-wise, this is going to play that. If you like it the way it is and you don't like it with EQ, you're going to fucking love this. And let me get out. This is what I listened to come to this conclusion. The bass guitar in the middle of this track. You can listen to it on YouTube. The piano in the middle of this track. You can listen to it on YouTube. Billie Jean. That's just the whole thing. Spirits of the Material World's got a double bass influence via bass guitar, and overmixed is keyboard, and it literally sounds like dun, 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 dun. This is a good vocal track, male. Beat it. Quincy Jones and the dude with the lights and the colors or sound, and Horse with No Name. Everything on the screen was listened to come to the conclusion that these are fucking absolutely amazing. And I'm not hyped up. I'm hungry actually right now. I'm going to eat something, and I usually get angry when I'm hungry. These are absolutely amazing. 3 minutes added that I didn't need. I'm out of here. This is a set that will never be on Patreon. This will. That will. That will. That will. And that one over there will. This one never will be. It's mine. Get your own. Or not.